Ball playoff. Let's send it over to Kellyanne for more on what the players are saying about their top ranking. Kellyanne?
Guys, the Buckeyes have a chance today to continue to validate their spot in the college football playoff rankings, but players we talked to at the Woody on Wednesday, frankly, are not focused on those rankings right now. Defensive tackle Mike Hall Jr. and linebacker Cody Simon said the rankings came out during practice, so they were not watching in real time. Right now, the team is focused on the task at hand. The Buckeyes have goals they want to accomplish, beating that team up north, the Big Ten championship, and a national title, and to achieve any of those, they need to continue to win. And that's the main focus.
Nah, it doesn't really matter right now. You know what I'm saying? Just focus on the.
Welcome back to the Football Fever. We are taking you up to kickoff between OSU and Rutgers. A live look this morning at a tailgate outside of SHI Stadium where the two teams will battle it out at noon. And it will be a full circle moment for quarterback Kyle McCord, who is making his first start in his home state of New Jersey as the Buckeyes signal caller and against the school he grew up cheering for. Kyle McCord's journey to the Buckeye State started in Mount Laurel, New Jersey, playing backyard ball with his dad, Derek.
You know, had him out in the backyard at 5 years old doing 3- and 5-step drops and just sort of taught him all the fundamentals of the position that I learned, you know, coming up.
McCord fell in love with football and started following in Dad's footsteps, who played quarterback at Rutgers from 1988 to 92.
I started taking Kyle to some camps when he was in 7th and 8th grade. College camps may have fudged his age a little bit to get into these high school camps, but he was up at Rutgers, I believe, in both 7th and 8th grade, and they mentioned that they were interested in him, and they actually came through with an offer freshman year.
Derek and Rutgers head coach Greg Schiano worked together when Schiano was a GA running scout team in the late 1980s for the Scarlet Knights.
I was a GA and I was the box lunch coordinator, so I probably got his dad a sandwich here and there. He was always a good, fun guy to be around.
So we go way back, and he was working with me on the scout team back then, and you know, I could just tell even back then as an 18-year-old that he was going to go on to do great things as a coach.
Kyle McCord grew up supporting Rutgers because of his dad, but returns to Piscataway in scarlet and gray.
Yeah, I mean, growing up, that was the team I grew up cheering for, going to their games, and so to kind of see it all come full circle, especially playing, like you said, at Rutgers, it's going to be fun.
I mean, it's a very unique situation. Doesn't happen too often, I think, but certainly exciting. Definitely looking forward to a great day.
While it would have been neat to have Kyle continue the Rutgers legacy, Derek says his son is exactly where he's supposed to be.
It's exciting to see him out there. You know, I just dreamed of him going to a place like Ohio State and playing for a big-time program, and it's all coming to fruition, so it's been exciting.
Derek told me they anticipate having over 200 family members and friends in the stands supporting Kyle today. I also asked if he was going to do that split jersey deal, but he said he will be in Ohio State gear. He still loves his alma mater and roots for them 364 days out of the year, but today it's all about the Buckeyes. And still ahead this morning, I'll talk to another Buckeye who grew up not too far from the state of New Jersey. I go one-on-one with Marvin Harrison Jr., what he is telling me about the Harrison for Heisman campaign. And hey there, Clay.
Kellyanne, thank you so much. I got a lot of Buckeye faithful here. This is not Kenyatta Jackson, though we love him. Brett from Jersey here, sporting the Bosa and his pops in the threes. You know who that is, James Laurinaitis. But first, the Bucs have owned Rutgers since they joined the Big Ten. What Greg Schiano is saying about today's game and the little dust-up with Coach.
2 goals I'm focusing on right now.
I get that. For much more on Marvin Harrison, let's go back to Columbus. Kellyanne Stitts, who got a chance to talk one-on-one with this star wide receiver who gives so much credit to his pops. Great interview. Kellyanne, take it away.
Thank you so much, Clay. Marvin Harrison Jr. has had 48 catches this season, including a career-high 11 against Penn State. And when it comes to catches, the limit does not exist for the star, hence his name in the Heisman conversation. That's the first topic that we talked about. Take a listen.
Oh, it's special. Being a receiver, obviously, that's very hard to accomplish, but I just kind of focus on this week at hand and go from there.
What do you feel like, if anything, that you need to show to be able to win that award?
To continue to win.
Yeah.
I think I wouldn't be in the conversation if we weren't 8-0 right now, so just do my best to help the team win.
Again, I know you guys are focused on Rutgers and the task at hand next, but did you pay attention to the early college football playoff rankings and you guys being #1?
Yeah, obviously came in over #1, but at the end of the day, end of the season, we want to be #1. So right now it's great, and hopefully we continue to keep that going. But towards the end of the year, that's where we want to be.
Ryan Day talked about your work ethic, and you're the hardest worker in the building. It's a competition between you and him to see who leaves last. Where does that work ethic come from? Is it for you? Is it your dad's influence on you as well?
I think it's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Just seeing what he did, and all the work that it took for him to get to where he was. So I kind of just follow his footsteps in doing that, and just do my own part.
In a typical day for you, what time do you come to the Woody, and what time do you end up leaving when it's all said and done?
Probably like 9 to 10 o'clock.
Wow.
Yeah. Not just all catching, but with practice, meetings, film, recovery, taking care of my body. So definitely a full day for sure.
When you look at your opponent this weekend, Rutgers, they have really good defense, good at limiting explosive plays. What do you see from that defense? What challenges can they present?
Yeah, they're well coached, and like you said, they limit explosive plays. So we have to be prepared to drive the ball down the whole field, and the run game is going to be super important for us.
For you, against Penn State, 11 catches, you were targeted many times. Is there ever a limit for you, or what would be that ideal number for you?
No, there's no limit. There's no limit at all. I think if you ask a running back how many carries he'd won in a game, he would say as many every play. So I kind of feel the same as a receiver.
A couple of quick fun ones here. Who would you consider your best friend on the team?
Ooh.
I know. That's tough.
Okay, I'm going to say someone you guys probably don't know, but Reese Stockstill.
Okay.
He's a walk-on receiver. Reese Stockstill, that's my guy.
That's your guy?
Yes.
Do you kind of help also develop his game, or do you give him any pointers?
We're here every day. Anytime I catch passes, he's catching passes with me, so we get each other better.
You don't have a lot of off time between football and school, but when you do have some, how do you like to spend it?
Sleep. Sleeping. And then I'll turn on a movie here, maybe watch a movie. I love like Creed, the Avengers, and all things like that. So.
And while we're enjoying watching Marvin do what he does on Saturdays, we could see another Harrison in scarlet and gray in the future. Marvin said his 14-year-old brother, Jet Harrison, is more talented than he was at that age, started early with running routes, and he'll be scary as he progresses.
Wait, that's crazy. All right, guys, when you hear there's another Harrison out there, it's almost like a Bosa brother situation going on. Jay Zwick, Brian Hartline, he needs to lock this down.
I don't care if he's half as good as Marvin is. We take him and we get him to Ohio State. We want the Harrison family here in scarlet and gray.
Oh, by the way,
pretty impressive. What do you think?
His name is Jet.
Yeah, isn't that awesome?
You got to bring him on.
It's kind of a foreshadowing right there.
Marv said too, everybody asked him like, oh, Ohio State, right? For sure. And he's like, well, he'll probably want to follow my footsteps. So,
of course.
Fingers crossed. For
it's
all
already been decided.
Seems
you're going to be a Buckeye.
You're going to be a Buckeye. That's right.
To be in the family, you kind of exceed expectations, right?
Absolutely.
It's in the bloodline. So, Jet, look forward to having you here, my man. All right, when we come back, time now for Banking on It with FC Bank. Team, what are our guarantees for today's game? Kellyanne, we'll start with you.
I'm going to go with my guy, quarterback Kyle McCord. He's going to have a bounce-back game, a clean game, no turnovers, over 250 passing yards. He will find Marvin Harrison Jr. in the end zone at least once today, and I think the Buckeyes keep that balanced attack going with the ground game with Travion Henderson back healthy in full effect, over 100 ground yards for him, and I'm sure he finds the end zone at least once today as well.
Yeah, complete game. That would be awesome. Jay Zwick, how about you, man?
Jay threw a little nugget out earlier that we've never had a 10-game winning streak in the first 10 games of playing somebody, right?
This is true.
So I think that happens today. We've done it 9 times. I think we go get the 10th today, and I think that's a pretty cool little, little nugget. Beating somebody the first 10 times you play them. Nicely done, Jay, but I think we go get that win today. Bank it.
As we know, Rutgers is glad this series is ending, fellas. So that's all,
For a reason,
I have to say.
They have a better team this year. But
Let's get the record, and we'll move on from Rutgers. Here we go.
Oh, you know what? I've been wanting to call it all season. It hasn't happened, but it came close last week. Ohio State had 180-plus yards on the ground. For the first time this season, Ohio State will have 200 rush yards with Travion Henderson in full mode, feeling good, with the offense looking good, with the offensive line putting their hands on people. Mayan is out, which means you might see some more Dallin Hayden finally. And then my man Chip. I just think they get going on the ground and they just cannot stop them. And then the whole offense is going to be eating some Joyzy clams or whatever my man was talking about they're eating. That's what they'll be eating. That's what's going on.
I love
That was
hey,
great.
with Devin Hayden possibly playing more too, I think Jay, I like that a lot.
Huge.
He's a great player. You can't hate on the Jersey Clams, man, until you.
It was more the accent.
And it's how you
whatever
accentuate it.
Listen, I
So
played for the Jets for a season.
listen, we hold it down in studio,
love Jersey.
but Clay Hall holding it down out at the tailgates as well. So great work as always, guys. Look forward to a great game. High noon in the Horseshoe. It's Big Ten football. I'm still getting used to this Rutgers, Ohio State Big Ten matchup, but we got Southern Cal, UCLA. It's
going to get more.
It's growing. It's growing,
it's gonna get
as we know. So we'll start today, guys.
Yeah.
All right, that'll do it for us here on the Football Fever. The Buckeyes and Scarlet Knights kick it off in just a few minutes. Join us at 11 p.m. tonight for the Football Fever post-game show with reaction from the Buckeye players and our head coach, Ryan Day. Enjoy the game, everyone.
All together.
Go Bucks.
Go Bucks. Oh, wait, I timed it up.
Go Bucks.